Oh, yeah.
All right. Got that. Record. Prepared. Restream chat. Log in.
Commence preparations. Begin calculations. End negotiations.
Okay, kids, let's
go.
Let's go.
Has been an awakening.
Okay, kids.
Have you felt it?
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, kids, let's go.
Hello, what have we here?
These guys are so funny.
I'll be a savage.
Holy shit. It ain't
I know
C3
what I
penis
can say.
face and R2 dickhead.
Hello there.
Looking. Found someone you have, I would say.
May the force be with us. Fucking A.
Good day, Galaxy Rogue Squadron podcast. We're still here. Don't worry. We didn't turn you off yet. 2020
turn
coming
you
to an
off.
end.
You ain't gonna turn us off.
You might turn me on though. Oh yeah.
Oh, what a good way to end one of the craziest years in the history of the world. I'm Commander Cody.
I am also Commander Cody. Coming at you. You liar. Yeah. 2020 coming to an end.
I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. Hope you unwrapped all of your favorite Star Wars toys, everything that you ever wanted. You got under the Christmas tree this year. Did you get anything Star Wars related for the birth of Jesus?
No.
No?
Mm.
That can't be true.
Why not?
I feel like you always get at least one Star Wars related gift, don't you think?
No. I usually don't ask for anything.
That's a bummer.
No, it's fine. I don't.
You don't like Star Wars anymore.
No, it's the I just don't. I don't do the gift stuff. I like getting stuff for other people, but I never ask for anything because I never know what I want, and I hate clutter. If I'm not going to use it, it bothers me. So
That I can completely understand.
So I usually ask for nothing, but I'll give you an inkling of what I got,
Okay.
and how hillbilly I really am.
It's got to be Mopar related, Star Wars related, or Xbox related, if I had to guess.
Yes, so I got an oil filter for the Challenger. I opened it up and I was like, oh, I can definitely use this. And then I opened up another package and it was quarts of oil. I was
Nice.
like, hell yeah, I got an oil change for Christmas. And it made me happy because I'm like, fuck, I'm going to need this stuff eventually. So it's nice. So
That must have been from Mopar Senior, if I had to guess.
yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad's always getting practical gifts.
Yeah. So that gives you an
Fun.
inkling. The two other things that I got Angels in the Goddamn Outfield on DVD. I'm not joking. For the past 5-10 years, I've been looking for this fucking movie on any of the streaming services, on Blu-ray, DVD, anywhere. I was gonna buy it on Xbox Store, not there. It's not listed. I can't fucking find it anywhere. So, of course, Glass Armor came through, and she's like, "I found it on Amazon, $5." I was like,
Very
"Fuck
nice.
yeah."
And did you watch it right away?
I did. I put it on the next day, and I
How
was
was it?
actually pleasantly surprised. I
Good.
was pleasantly surprised. A lot of those movies aren't nearly as good as you remember, and it was like, it was kind of a goofy movie, but
Yeah.
it was fun. It was fun.
Not the goofy movie, but definitely a goofy movie. Anything with Christopher Lloyd, I'll watch.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Are Christopher Lloyd and Jake Lloyd related? First of all.
Yes.
And second of all, how have we not asked this question before?
He was no father.
He was the father.
He was the father.
That's good. Yeah. Back to your practical gifts of the oil change and the oil filter. I think that's hilarious. I remember I had like 3 birthdays in a row where my dad got me like jumper cables one year and then like road flares another year and then like an emergency blanket. And he's just like, yeah, you need emergency stuff for your car just in case.
Yeah.
I had towels microfiber towels in my stocking to wash my truck with, because everyone knows I take the 4Runner through the car wash like twice a week.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, I get the big ones. I'll have to send you the link. I get real big yellow ones that are like microfiber-esque for. Yeah, they're on Amazon. But yeah, we're way off the fucking rails today.
Hey, man, we haven't talked about the weather yet, so as far as I'm concerned, it's a great episode.
Yeah. But bringing it back around, one of the other gifts. Oh, two. I am so okay. Well, the reason I said I didn't get a Star Wars gift because I haven't gotten it yet. My sister did get me the pre-order for the book for the High Republic, so that was my one. That was my one Star Wars gift. So that is in the mail and heading my way, whenever it gets released.
I think it's like the second week of January. Yeah.
Coming up. So that'll fill in that void. And then I did ask for the original comic series for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ooh, interesting.
So I got a hardback full booklet thing. So I'm excited to jump into that. But that's before the Turtles had like individual colors on their eye bands or whatever the bandanas. Eye bands. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Blindfolds,
yes.
Blindfolds with eye holes.
So it says January 5th is the High Republic. So I should be getting it. Yeah, first week, second week.
Nice. Well, thanks, Farm Boy.
Appreciate
the data there.
The data. Are you a data or a data? You said data.
I think it depends. I just kind of use whichever. Depends on.
I hope most people stub their toe every time they say data.
Well, bro, Moff Lieutenant guy in A New Hope says the data tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Does that count? Does he stub his toe? He got 4 stubbed his toe.
I hope. Data.
I got 2. I got an awesome Darth Vader ornament, and then I got 2 Lego sets. One of them, the virtual background's gonna fuck this all up. You can kind of see it. One of them is the Knights of Ren transport ship, and the other is the Razor Crest, which delightfully includes a little Lego figure of Baby Yoda and IG-11 and the Mandalorian, which is awesome.
Nice. Did you notice that Legos are always a nice gift? Did you notice that? I think it's back on. God, my mind's blank. Where the Navarro?
Yeah.
Back on Navarro, there is an IG-11 statue in the background.
Yeah, I noticed that on. I think I was watching one of the Easter egg videos.
Yep.
So I didn't catch it on my first walkthrough, but I watched one of those.
I would have never caught it. I caught it. I was told. I was informed by an actual Star Wars show.
Go catch this.
Go catch this. But yeah. I thought that was kind of cool. A nice little nod to IG-11.
Yeah.
Yeah, because realistically, Din wasn't getting out of that fucking thing unless.
Not at all. If you watch the same video that I did, he also mentioned, I wonder if there's a statue of Kuil anywhere in the town. And I thought that was interesting as well. But no one knows that Kuil died. He saved the kid, and then he died kind of out in the fields. But IG-11 was actually there and, detonated a bunch of stormtroopers.
Poor Kuil. He was a good character. He was
an amazing character, yeah.
Speaking of characters, we're going to try to do a little bit of wrap up for 2020, our own thoughts. I asked Commander to put together a new top 5 list of his favorite Star Wars characters.
What, you didn't like my old top 5 list?
I just want to get an updated list now that we have Mando and Clone Wars season 7 or whatever. We've got a lot more on the table, a lot more options. Maybe some people have slid out, maybe some people slid in. Obviously we get some badass Boba stuff. I want to see where we're in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And to give you guys a heads up, it looks like as I sit right now. Let me go back to my document. Oh, it looks like a big one has dropped off of my list. Just to give you a.
Yes, he hates Darth Vader now.
So. Which, it's always the flavor of the day. You ask me one day and it's like episode 5 sucks. And then the next day I'm like, dude, episode 5 is actually really good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Flavor of the day. So
cool. Well,
anything in gaming news before we jump into the wars?
We've been slaying on Overwatch. Always a good time.
Sure.
our buddy Dustin has been shouting at me about The Witcher for like 3 years. We've been having a back and forth. I say you should play Dark Souls, and he says no, you should play The Witcher, and neither of us play either of them, and we just keep yelling at each other. So I got an Xbox gift card in my stocking, so I got The Witcher Game of the Year edition. Was on sale for $15. I played for about an hour today. Good start. I don't have a good enough impression yet. It's a big game, so I want to give it a couple more hours before I really say anything. But good first impression. It's fun.
Yeah, I've considered that a lot because it's on the Game Pass. Yep.
Nice, very nice.
But I am trudging on through Far Cry 5.
Digging it.
It is. Yeah, it's delicious. Those games are great. Open world, but also it can get very personal very quick, and the characters and or enemies can be very deep, and the scenes that they put you in are very intense. So it's like, Skyrim's always going to be way high on my list, but if you do feel a little bit disconnected from, like, you're doing something for the Jarls, you don't really know the Jarls, you don't know what kind of people they are, they just kind of yell at you, and then that's it, and you're like, okay. There's not really much like personal depth in the characters. Far Cry really knocks it out of the park. I mean, there's some serious stuff that happens. You're like, fuck, like stuff that it gives you goosebumps because it's almost movie-esque. Like you're put in situations, you're like, fuck, this is crazy.
Sure.
But also, you can go just rambling through the woods and
rambling's always a good time.
Skin some deers. So.
Yeah, well, I'm sure I've said this in the group chat and everything, but I haven't had a single player game to play in a while. So. Yeah. We jump on Overwatch and Battlefield and shit whenever, but I haven't had a single player one to take up my time. So hopefully The Witcher will fill that slot.
Yeah, I was thinking over the past couple years, I have been killing it with the single players.
Yeah, you have.
With the Fallouts and the Far Cries, and I went through Resident Evils. Yeah, and I even jumped into oh my god, the Assassin's Creed.
Ooh, which one?
The one with Ezio. I don't know which number.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't got all the way through it. I bought the trilogy package for like $10. So I was good doing the Ezio ones, which the mechanics of it made me stop, to be honest. I got pretty fucking deep into it, like many hours into it. And then I was like, I don't want to jump off this bridge, but it fucking forced me to jump off this bridge. So
yeah. Is it like 10 years old? Something like that?
Good question.
Assassin's Creed started coming out when we were in college, I think. I want to say like 06 was when they first started coming out. So
I don't know why 2011 is in my head. So it's probably pushing, probably 10 years.
I'm surprised you didn't get one of the newer ones.
Yeah, I think I hit up Butter Clone, and he was like, you know what? Honestly, if you just want to get a feel for it, and it's kind of more of a simple game and understand the story, I would start with this series. So I was like, okay, and it was on sale. I was like, fuck, I'll just jump through.
Yeah, that's one thing that I really never paid attention to is the story, which I know is bad to say when in a video game it's story driven. I only played a couple, but I remember loving the Egyptian one the most. I think that's Origins, just because I'm a sucker for ancient Egypt. So that was just to walk around like Alexandria and the Great Pyramids and just see them as if it was like a living, breathing town was awesome. Did not pay attention to the story whatsoever.
Yeah,
I just walked around and sniped people with my arrows.
Yeah, the mechanics of the game, it's probably one of the worst for me. It was not smooth. It was very clunky. I tried to change directions and it would force me to jump up a cliff or off a bridge. And you're like, dude, I just want to go this way. That's all I want to do.
Because that's the one where like, you hold like one of the triggers to like do that wall climbing parkour stuff.
Yeah, so I think it's like the running trigger and the climbing trigger are the same things. Yeah. So you like hold it to run because you're never going to walk through a game. So you're running, and as soon as you come near a wall, it assumes you want to jump up it, so it just does it. Yeah. And you're like, no, I literally just want to go through this hallway.
Right.
But
well, it took a while to nail down that technology.
Yeah. So no, it's good. I love the historical aspects of it. Obviously, like you like the Egyptian stuff. It's cool to just rumble on through.
For sure.
Yeah. So Far Cry. Just to wrap it all up, Far Cry 5 is based in like Montana.
Nice.
The Far Cry 4 was like
India,
Middle Asia, like
Nepal.
Tibet. Yeah, somewhere around there. Far Cry 4 was a lot more politically charged. Far Cry 5 is a religious cult that has become militant in Montana and like has taken over a region of the area. So
Wow.
it's pretty fucking intense.
That's crazy.
And there's some gruesome stuff that happens. You're like, fuck. Woo!
Yeah. That sounds
Good
fun.
stuff.
The other thing I have jumped back into is my brother got a Switch for Christmas. And I had Smash Brothers. I never really got into it though. So I spent some time diving into that past few days while I was home with him. He kind of showed me the ropes because he's a ridiculous savage who unlocks every character within like 12 hours. What'd you say?
I said these are the ropes.
These are the ropes.
Your brother showed me the ropes. These are the ropes.
These ropes. These are ropes.
Now you can play this game forever because you have seen the ropes.
Yeah. So I've been trying to play the Switch a little bit more, and Smash Bros is pretty fun.
I didn't even realize you still had
bad
your
at it,
Switch.
but yeah, for a while I was only playing Minecraft on it. When we set up the server and everything. By the way, the Minecraft server is active. You can join it. You can Angus Nation, and you can go and delete all of our villages. Just enjoy the floating words that are everywhere. That's my favorite part about what we did in that. Yeah, what do I have on there? Minecraft, Smash Brothers, Final Fantasy 9. Think Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, which I never really got into because it was, I don't know. I'm an annoying purist for Pokemon. I really only want the 151.
No, I agree.
Which I hate saying. Because when people say that about Star Wars, I scoff and I get huffy and puffy, but that's how I feel about Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, believe me, it's like I look at the new Pokemon and I just think how outrageous they are. Like some of them are like, okay, it's like a fox bird, like that. Okay, that's fine. But
no, that's not okay.
But then you look at it, it's just like an ice cream cone, and you're like, why do I have an ice cream cone Pokemon?
Yeah.
And then you look back and like Porygon is like, or Porygon is just like blocks. You're like, well, this doesn't fucking make any sense.
Yeah, he's just a pixel.
He's just
and Ditto is a purple blob that morphs into people.
Yeah. So,
but you know, it is what it is. So anyways, yeah, Smash Brothers. If anybody has a Switch, let me know what your friend code thing is. We can get down on the Switch.
Yeah. Let me share my screen here real quick.
I reckon that is a possibility. Hold, please. Go for it.
So while we have everybody in the chat here, I'm going to give everybody a heads up that Good Day Galaxy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Is now available.
Shirts and cups and hoodies.
Yeah. So nice, cool stuff. I'm probably going to put in an order actually tonight. Fuck it. Hoodies, shirts, different stuff. You can obviously get different colors and that sort too. But we've got the worn logo. So you see the shirts will worn. Yeah, so or the clean logo, which is probably what I'm gonna go with.
I think I ordered the coffee mug first. I think the coffee mug is waiting for me over at the office. I need to go and grab that.
Yeah. So you can get all your Good Day Galaxy stuff on the website, roguesquadronpodcast.com. Just hit that up.
Hell yeah.
And, yeah.
Check it out.
Shop all merch. We not only have that stuff, but obviously we've got like the Luke, Han, Leia, Vader stuff. I mean, you can check everything out over there. And the Star Wars Gucci face mask there.
Hey man, you got to stay safe in public.
You got to stay safe. That's the only way to do it. It's the only mask that can do it. So
don't pass it around, you know.
So yeah, just stop on over there, check it out. That's all.
Appreciate you.
Star Wars.
Well, I was gonna say, what else is going on in life? Oh, we had a blizzard. We had a blizzard in Cleveland. It was fantastic. The first Christmas snow in like 3 or 4 years, as far as I can remember.
Yeah,
it was crazy. We got 1.5 feet for sure. It was awesome.
Yeah. My parents came down here, so they were out of it, but then they brought it with them because even down here we almost got it was probably about 10 inches, but for on the east side, that's a lot for down here. So yeah, it was a nice white Christmas, snowing. It was like 10% chance of snow that day, and it just kept fucking snowing. You're like,
amazing.
What the fuck is happening?
It was fantastic.
So Snow Squadron here with you.
Yep, always. Speaking of snow and winter, I'm almost done with book 5 of Game of Thrones.
Mhm.
Book 6 is Winds of Winter, which still hasn't come out yet. I was hoping by the time I finished all 5 books again that he would have a release date for Winds of Winter, but still no idea when that shit's going to happen. People on the subreddit just think that it's just never going to come out. He's just not going to finish the series.
What if he's just not motivated anymore now that the show is kind of just like?
Oh, he's working on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he posts updates on his blog. He's working on it, but there's just no confirmation. There's no I'm done with this book and now it's time to sell that shit to you.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's getting real good though.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see how it actually ends. Compared to what they decided to do. Not mad. It's just they didn't earn that ending as far as I'm concerned. And they completely left House Martell out of almost everything, which is really fucking annoying. So we need to get the full story.
All right. Yeah. It I don't know what it is about Game of Thrones, but I guess maybe it's just the timing. I'm just not interested in watching it again. We tried getting back into it, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know. There's so much to watch and so much on screen. You really have to be paying attention. It's not like Lord of the Rings where they're just walking. The shit's happening, people die. You're pissed. Oh man, something about potatoes, and then there's a ring and."
I have no comment on that one. No comment on your random hatred for Lord of the Rings.
It's just Lord of the Rings is definitely one of those things I have to be in a mood for, and it's seemingly, I guess, Game of Thrones is the same way.
Yeah.
So
I can
just like
that.
anything, anything.
Speaking of Lord of the Rings, let's talk about as many things as possible before we get to Star Wars, if we can.
Okay?
Let's set a record. I regret now not getting that TV that I wanted to get on Black Friday because I found out that they released a 4K set of Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
It's been upscaled and retouched and everything to 4K, and I really, really want to see that badly. And I wonder how much, if they changed anything, if they pulled like a George Lucas and went back and like kind of fixed a few errors. But yeah, 4K Lord of the Rings box set and digital is available. If anyone is a Lord of the Rings fan and didn't know that, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, so I can't comment on its quality, but I'm sure it's great.
Yeah.
Crystal clear walking.
Well, you is it on Blu-ray you're saying, or is digital?
Both. Yeah, they have both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because you would need a device to watch that, right?
Yeah. So I have my Apple TV is 4K, so I would need to get it digital and then buy a 4K TV in order to get the actual resolution.
Gotcha.
So I've been checking gradually about the Xbox Series X, still sold out. So no dice there.
Interesting. Cameron Smith says, I've heard 4K Lord of the Rings is too high def. You can actually see all the CGI and it's noticeable. It takes away from the gritty experience.
Oh, man.
Interesting.
Leave it to Turkey Sandwich to ruin my life.
Yeah. Jesus.
God damn it.
What the fuck, man?
Well, you saved me $1,000. Now I don't have to buy a TV.
Now just for 3 movies. $1,500, bitch.
3 very important movies, though, for being honest. Well, not according to you. Also, I mean, I've never seen. I don't know if I've ever seen anything in 4K, full 4K.
Yeah, I don't have the Xbox to run it.
Yeah,
I think my TV can do it, but I've never had the media to do it. So interesting.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would like to see Last Jedi in 4K. I want to see Interstellar in 4K.
You know what part of it is? I'm sure you're the same way. Such a stickler for the sound that all I have is a sound bar. I don't even have like full surround sound. Yeah. So like doing 4K, I still would be like, well, I have a half dick surround sound system. So like
half a dick, but I have 4K. I would probably at that point watch it on my headphones or something. Yeah. Just put on some spatial headphones.
Yep.
Anyways.
Oh,
whoa. Sparkling water, everybody.
All right.
Star Wars time.
So the Cavs are doing. Oh yeah, Star Wars time.
Well, let me check my list. Do I have anything else that isn't Star Wars? Happy holidays, dongles. That's all I said.
Happy holidays, dongle.
We still have the Marvel stuff to talk about, which we'll save for another week or two, and then we have Wonder Woman 84 came out on Christmas Day. HBO Max.
I've heard
in certain theaters.
Very, very not even mixed reviews. I've heard mediocre. I'm gonna say
really?
that now. I hate to put anybody. I put like an opinion in your head now before you see it because I want everybody to see it. But I have heard like it's too long, which is a ridiculous thing. But I've always appreciated some movies that were able to just like, I'm gonna tell a fucking great 2-hour story in 2 hours. Not I'm gonna do a 2-hour story in 2 hours and 45 minutes. So yeah, I've heard too long. It's just kind of all over the place. I've actually heard that the Wonder Woman's not in it enough. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but obviously, I'm still gonna go see it. You guys will probably still go see it. You can form your own.
I shouldn't have even looked.
Yeah, form your own opinion.
I went to IMDb to look at how long it was, and I see 5.7 out of 10. That's so low.
Yeah. Well, it's like those. I don't know why they fuck that stuff up. You're able to do something like the Joker or Batman vs Superman or any of that shit. Even the Superman movies. Like, I'm not a huge Superman fan, but they're great movies. And then you get into like Aquaman, which there's so much potential, and you fuck that movie up badly. There's some fun stuff that happens. Man, is that movie
feeling bad? I remember feeling bad about Aquaman.
Yeah,
because I think right when it came out, I was the only one that was like shitting on it.
Yeah, I think I just wanted to like it so much that I did at first, and then I watched it again outside of the theaters, and I was like,
"Yeah,
what the fuck is happening?" Like, and then that like weird love scene from like Scarface is in it, where it's just like,
there's no love scene in Scarface. That's the worst movie to choose for a love scene call out. Like that love scene in The Godfather.
It's like that montage, like music of, and it's a love scene. And
yeah,
for what I'm talking about. It's just like, what is happening? Like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, and then I don't know. It sucks.
I'm still gonna watch it.
It sucks that I have to be a huge DC fan, and then it's like a 50-50 shot. For
you don't have to be a huge DC fan.
I love DC. I love the characters.
I know, I'm kidding.
Wonder Woman's great. All of it's great. And then it's like a 50-50 if I'm gonna love it or hate it. It sucks. It sucks that it has to be that way. Where Marvel can be like, even their bad Marvel movies are like, okay, 7, 8 out of 10. But the bad DC movies you're like, God damn, what did I watch? So
that's so yeah, that's true. So yeah, I'm gonna watch it regardless. But what I did open the page to see was the length, and it's 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
Yeah, I mean, for like a superhero movie, I feel like Infinity War was 2.5 hours.
Well, that's what I
or like 240 maybe. So for Wonder Woman to be that long, I don't. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's, I think Tommy Boy and I were chatting about it a little bit because he had seen it, and he said, yeah, it was way too long. And I was like, yeah, it makes, when you have the Avengers movies, you have 30 goddamn people to choose from to fill in the time. When it's just Wonder Woman, 2.5 hours is pushing it, unless some serious shit happens. So
yeah,
it's unfortunate. Obviously I'm going to go see it. The other, while we're on the topic of DC, I did buy Birds of Prey finally. It was 50% off. So
oh, nice.
I rolled the dice with that. I had heard actually decent things about that. So
sure.
It can only get better from Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Which I think there's small stuff in Suicide Squad I really like. I think it was just, they did some screwy stuff and you're like, weird.
Stop
Eminem?
this.
Eminem, that's what you chose as
That's that's when I knew. And unfortunately that was like 25 minutes in. But that's when I knew.
Yeah.
Anyways. So yeah, there it is. Well, I'll see it. I'll see it soon. Probably this week. While work is lessened.
Yeah. I'm while we're on the topic of nerds and movies and we're talking about things right now.
While we're speaking.
I just been in this mood. I know you watched Wayne's World last night or whenever recently.
Oh, yeah.
And I've just been like in the mood for a classic comedy. And nothing's been itching my scrunch. I don't know what it is. And that's why I've been kind of reaching out to maybe like kid classics. So I watched like The Little Giants on Hulu and then Angels in the Outfield, and it was like good, but I was like, that's not it. I want something more. I just can't find it. I don't know what it is. It's that like I always go back to those solid movies like Caddyshack. I go back to Caddyshack, but I've seen it so many goddamn times. I want something different. So
interesting.
Maybe you guys can give me some suggestions of classic movies. Yeah, I watched Blues Brothers from the 80s
Nice.
last night. I mean, again, classic,
Close.
but I've seen it, so many
but no
times.
cigar.
The other good thing about that movie is there's a bunch of Mopars in it.
How about Ace Ventura?
Yeah, little goofy.
Well,
little too goofy.
that's the point.
Well, let's get into this. I've been tainted by Jim Carrey, to be honest.
Okay.
Have you seen him recently? Like, it's
No.
too much all the time.
Well, he hasn't done any movies recently, has he?
No, it's more interviews. I've seen him do interviews all over the place with many different shows. It's just like, Jim, you can like be an interesting person. You don't have to like I
Maybe
watched
that's
him
just how
on.
he is, though.
I know, and it's too much for me. That's all I'm saying. Like, I watched him do an interview with Norm Macdonald, and Norm is hilarious, obviously, and he's like hilarious with his words. He doesn't have to like pick his nose and jump around to be funny, where Jim Carrey does feel
That's
like
his shtick, though.
that's his stick. And it's like, I honestly want you to stop doing what you're doing so I can listen to Norm be funny. I just, again, I it's more recently stuff. I was just tainted. I watched that Norm Macdonald thing and it was cringy to the bone for me. He literally broke Norm Macdonald's set trying to be funny, and everybody was sitting there like, oh yeah, Jim, you're crazy man. Can you answer my question or not break the fucking set? I don't know. Maybe I just hate myself today.
That's possible.
Lord of the Rings sucks. Jim Carrey's ruined.
Well, I'm scared to talk about Star Wars then, if this is the mood you're in.
Yeah.
What has ruined you?
No, it's been good. My eyes have been open now.
Everything sucks.
Everything sucks.
I've finally been on the internet. I realized everything's terrible. Spending too much time on Reddit. What about Black Sheep or Tommy Boy?
That's a good one. I love Tommy Boy. That's one I've owned and watched many, many times. But Black Sheep was on the docket. I had considered that.
Okay.
No, that's a good suggestion. I might pull the trigger, and because I don't mind buying movies if I know I'm gonna watch them.
Yeah, a couple bucks.
Yeah, I even $10 for a movie I know I'm gonna like. Fuck, let's do it.
Yeah.
I did pull the trigger on. We're never gonna get to Star Wars.
That's okay.
On Fast and Furious. Now I know a lot of those movies are terrible.
I've never sat down and actually watched one of them from start to finish.
They're not bad movies. They get outrageous the further you get into it, which, they're falling from like parachutes out of planes in a tank. And you're like, what the fuck am I even watching anymore?
Yeah.
But the first three I've always liked, and I'm a big car guy. So I'd like to see the cool cars that they come up with. So, they had all 8 movies for $30. So I was like, you know what? I'll watch them.
That's pretty good.
They gave me something to do. So
that's pretty good. Those are surprisingly always some of the highest grossing movies that come out, which always surprises me.
It's action and cool cars. and then usually they throw in a smoke show. Which, by the way, to link all of this together, guess who's the smoke show in the first one?
I don't know.
Gal Gadot.
For real?
Yeah, I didn't even realize it.
Like the original one with Paul Walker and everything.
Yeah, the first one. She's like the big boss guy who hires all the drivers. It's his smoke show.
The Fast and Furious. Are you sure it's her?
Yep, I looked it up. She's listed for like 4 of them, 3 or 4 of the movies. I was like, God, I didn't even fucking realize it.
All right, well, you sold me. I'm gonna watch them.
Oh, she's in. So the first one, 5 and 6. So she must come back. So
nice. All right, well, I'm sold.
Yeah,
first thing I'm doing as soon as we're done.
Awesome cars and Gal Gadot. That's all you need.
And that's the bridge to some sort of DC actual world crossover, I think.
Yes, Gal Gadot is a spaceship.
Fast 9, one of those cars is going to go through that mythical fog shield that covers Thermopylae or whatever the hell they live on.
No, Fast 9. She drives her invisible ship. What is she? Doesn't she have like an invisible rocket
Invisible
ship?
jet. Yeah, invisible jet.
She races them all. Big Mopar sticker on the back of it. That's the only thing you see floating.
How do you know who wins if the jet's invisible?
Yeah.
You just guess.
Yep.
I think that's all I have. That isn't Star Wars.
Sonic. Witch Hunter says Sonic rocked. Was Sonic that good?
Oh, after they fixed Bro's face? I don't know.
I'd love to hear you guys. Yeah, I'm down to buy a goddamn movie. I don't give a shit. No fucks given. Hope you know how serious I am.
I only have the one nuts. You can tell how serious I am.
That might be one of the classics I need to watch.
Fanboys, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, if you want to go in the fanboys vein, what about Detroit Rock City?
I was gonna just bring it up because I forgot I bought it last night. I bought it and I was like, I'm definitely watching this because I completely forgot about it. There's those old movies that were going through my head. I heard Out Cold. I'm like, I still have that. Red Hot American Summer or Wet Hot American Summer. And then, that came up and I was like, fuck, let me look this up. And it was like $6. I was like, yes, I'll buy it
Guaranteed.
3 times just in case.
Yeah, the Xbox store or the Apple store is like what we used to go to Walmart and shuffle through the DVD bin and buy movies for like $3-4.
Yeah. Exactly. The Mask, buy it 3 times, whatever you want.
Not anymore, though. Sell it because you hate Jim Carrey.
You're correct.
Oh, goodness. All right. Space conflicts.
Supernova ordeals.
I had a thing I wrote down for last week, but we never got to it.
Okay.
I was just thinking of Kenobi, and I was kind of scrolling through Twitter and everything, and I feel like bringing back Liam Neeson to be Qui-Gon Jinn and be
in
a
the
Force
Kenobi
ghost
series?
In the Kenobi series and talk with Obi-Wan.
How
And
perfect.
that would be so amazing.
How perfect would that be? There's a lot of opportunity with Kenobi. Obviously, some flashbacks with Anakin and all that.
I'm really curious how they're gonna
Qui-Gon. Yoda. There's a lot of connections that we can see some serious people floating around here.
What if Qui-Gon talks to Anakin?
What if Ahsoka meets up with Obi-Wan?
What if Boba Fett talks to Vader?
Hopefully he does. He does in episode 5.
What if Qui-Gon talks to Bib Fortuna?
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities for Jedi conversations. So Qui-Gon would be really cool. I agree.
Matt said live action flashback to Clone Wars.
What if they did a live action flashback to Clone Wars and it was cartoon Clone Wars? It was just like in the middle of just using old footage here.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
Planets with problems. That's hilarious. Nice, Matt.
Love it. Good old synonym game. No, Qui-Gon, I think, would be an amazing addition. Because we've been hanging on that thread from Yoda since 2005.
Yeah.
And I know they had a little Force Ghost cameo in the Clone Wars. I think it was just like 1 or 2 episodes. And he actually came back to voice it, which is awesome. But seeing him in live action in Force Ghost Blue talking to Ewan McGregor would be choice.
Yeah, it could really open Obi-Wan's eyes. You know, obviously Obi-Wan's been through everything. He's the most experienced Jedi.
He's just got sand in his eyes.
He's been the most experienced Jedi. I don't know one other Jedi that is more experienced than
Yoda.
Obi-Wan. No.
He's 9 times more experienced than actually he's like 18 times more experienced.
Not that we've seen on screen.
Obi-Wan.
Not that we've seen on screen.
Well, yeah, but
Obi-Wan does it all.
100 years.
Obi-Wan kills Maul, finds Maul, kills Maul, kills Grievous,
Maul comes back, so he didn't do a very good job.
kills
Killed him
Anakin,
again.
kills Anakin from a certain point of view.
No, he doesn't.
Obi-Wan's done it all.
I guess from a certain point of view, you're right. But
Yoda, I'm sure they'll give us some inkling of what the fuck Yoda's done. What the fuck is Yoda done?
in the High Republic, yeah, he'll have some little cameos in there. I think.
It'd be
That'd
nice
be
to see a younger Yoda actually do something. Now, I did watch episode 3 recently, so the
Surprise!
Senate. What do you mean?
Just you watching episode 3, not. No
It
surprise.
had probably been 2 years. Been a while. Been a
2
while.
whole years? No
yeah,
way.
I have not watched episode 3
You're
in a long time.
Out of your mind.
I watched it weekly for a decade. I don't need to watch it again for a while.
Yeah.
I've been stuck on the new stuff. I wanted to watch Rogue One 100 times. I want to watch 7, 8, 9 100 times and
Sure.
watch Solo, you know.
I get that. You get modes.
Mandalorian. There's a lot of stuff to watch now. So
No shit.
but with me getting through, well, first of all, the audiobook, episode
Right.
3. I'm not finished yet, but I had been in a prequel mode, so I went back and watched episode 3. All this is coming together where Yoda versus Palpy in the Senate. I love it and hate it all at the same time. I don't know what it is.
Okay, tell me why
It's
you
like-
hate it first. And then tell me why you love it.
You know what happens is it's all about power levels. When you have equal power levels, which, you know, at that, from a certain point of view, I'd say I'm getting this all fucked up.
I got all of their names backwards.
Palpatine and Yoda, this is like the top of each side. So when you see them battle, it's like not a lot has to happen because they're going to negate each other on everything. Like it's equal power. It's always, you always see the cool scenes when it's complete overpowered. Darth Vader walks in and murders everybody. You know, maybe one guy stands up to him and he gets slaughtered or someone dies. But this one, it ends in a stalemate, which sucks, which it's like obvious. I know it's going to end in a stalemate, but it's like you want something to happen. Yoda loses his robe. That's what the fuck we're worried about right now. No one even gets
breaks
like,
a nail while he's slipping down that freaking pod.
I know they were limited, but no one gets scarred. No one loses a fucking finger. No one nothing happens.
Yoda goes into exile.
Well, that's because the Jedi failed, not because they lost the battle.
I don't think having somebody overpowering somebody else is like the marker of a good lightsaber scene, though. Do you think? I mean, like, it's cool to watch, like Luke Skywalker and the Dark Troopers at the end of Mando. That's a cool scene. He's not fighting any Force wielders. He's
Right.
just slaughtering a bunch of droids. So it's cool to see, but as far as like a lightsaber duel or something, I mean, it's interesting to see somebody who's like the underdog and then ends up, you know, coming out on top. Like the Anakin fight with Dooku at the beginning of 3, I love.
Yeah.
Just kick their ass. And Dooku's kicking their ass again. And then it's not until Anakin like flips a switch and he comes back and cuts his hands off and then his head off and fucking wins. That's way more interesting, I think.
Yeah, I guess like from a certain point of view, that Yoda Sidious scene, there's no underdog. They're both, and I
Yeah.
know they're not gonna die. So it's like this should be the pinnacle, but obviously nothing can really happen because they both have to live. So you know, it
True.
was fun. I guess one question I have, and I'd love to do some more research, is when they face each other right at the end, and Sidious is electrocuting, and Yoda's reaching out and like holding it. I think something happens outside of both of their powers. Like there's a pushback from the Force which blows them apart. It's not like one did something or the other reacted. Something happens between them
Yeah.
that like So I'd like to know more about that, I guess, because I see it on screen, but it's never talked about. There's no description or anything. But I think something serious could have happened right there. That like a fissure in the Force or something.
I wonder if Yoda just let go because they were like totally evenly matched,
just like stalemated. Yeah, and
like
was either
Harry
kill
Potter
them
and
both.
Harry Potter and Voldemort when their wands are linked. Like he has to kind of break off the connection or something. So maybe he just knew that he's not going to accomplish anything. Like he diverted Sidious's lightning back at him. He's not going to actually like kill him with that.
Well, I was wondering because obviously lightning can kill Palpatine. Well, in many scenes, we see Palpatine's scars come from his own fucking lightning.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if maybe Yoda led up because the lightning was going to kill them both. But Yoda's thought maybe if I live, I can train the next, because Vader's still out there. I need to live. I'm too important.
He didn't know that.
Right. But look, sending Obi-Wan to go kill Vader, you're like,
that was the worst.
I know you can do it. Pat on the back. And then you're like,
you'll do great.
There goes Obi-Wan. But yeah, he worked. It worked out.
Kind of. Just took 20 years.
Yeah.
20 extra years.
Yeah.
I still think they should have double teamed both of them.
Yeah, I don't know why maybe timing. They just thought, we'll just end this. And then they walked in, they're like, fuck.
Whoops.
Sidious is really pissed.
He's very angry. He's wearing all black.
Yeah, it's a good question because like they're on the planet. Obi-Wan and Yoda are on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Go after Sidious together, and then you can fly out, take a week flight out to goddamn Mustafar. Jesus.
So far away.
It is a long way away.
I think. I don't know. I haven't looked at a galaxy map in a long time.
It's just, I guess maybe it's in contrast, that lightsaber battle, and then you see Obi-Wan and Anakin, and that's the actual pinnacle. Like, that's the deciding factor.
Yeah. It's cool that they're happening at the same time.
I agree.
Movie, yeah.
I agree. And that's what I'm saying. Maybe the Anakin Obi-Wan takes away from the other one because we know that's the deciding factor.
Well, Matt just said something too. Like Kenobi would not have put up with Palpatine. Even with him and Anakin versus Dooku, he gets chucked aside within like the first 10 seconds.
No, that's a good point.
He would have just been like cannon fodder for.
I'm gonna beat the shit out you with Obi-Wan. He's just gonna swing Obi-Wan at Yoda.
Just moving him around like a fucking ragdoll, smacking him into Yoda.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point.
Yeah. From a certain point of view.
Yoda should have went out and killed Darth Vader then.
Well, yeah, they should have double teamed Darth Vader and then said, "Hey, Palpatine, you don't have an apprentice anymore. You should surrender.
You should just give up."
They should have went and found Ahsoka.
Man, how ballsy was that for Palpatine to put his cards? He went all in. He pushed his cards and all his money all in on Anakin because Anakin killing Dooku, I mean, obviously forced his hand, but he told him to do it. Kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Do it now.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, having a Dooku on your side while Anakin's still falling to the dark side is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Give him double the training.
Double the effort.
Fuck off with that Asajj Ventress and put all your efforts into what's his face? Anakin Skywalker.
No, Matt's right. As always, he said
Matt's
4 Jedi
right.
Masters went in against Sheev and only 3 walked out. No, I'm sorry. 3.
No one walked out.
No one walked out.
Anakin walked in. He was the 5th Jedi that walked in, and he walked out as a Sith.
Well, while we're on episode 3, I did have some questions because now that we know, like, there is some type of essence transfer happening. From episode 9, we hear the clone of Sidious talk about all the Sith now live in me. Strike me down. We'll take over your body and we're going to fuck around now.
Yeah.
I was wondering how that changes anybody's perspective on the events of episode 3, because we have a lot of opportunities where Anakin could have, you're the Sith Lord. You want to kill me. I can feel it. I sure would like to, but like he could have killed him, and then Anakin would have become a true Darth Vader, no suit, and it probably would have been worse
because
he would have been Sidious and Vader. as the chosen one.
Oh yeah, I do remember you saying that in the chat. Yeah, so that could have been the moment where he saved the galaxy by killing Mace Windu and becoming the apprentice, instead of letting Palpatine absorb himself into his body and then just kill everyone. That's what you mean, right?
Say that again. I don't think you. He could have. I'm just saying.
Did I just talk myself out of it?
Yeah, I think when it's just Palpy and Anakin, and he first confronts him, "You're the Sith Lord."
Right.
If Anakin, in his own mind, thought he was saving the galaxy and really did, and cut him in half, Palpy would have probably essence transferred into Anakin, and
Right.
it would have been uncontrollable, and he would have fell to the dark side anyways and become a Darth Vader.
Right.
So the same events probably would have happened.
Right.
There's still Darth Vader running around killing Jedi. Just toss in a fucking Tarkin or whoever wants to rule the galaxy military-wise, but it would have been just as bad. That essence transfer kind of doesn't throw a wrench into it, but it does kind of change what ifs a lot.
Thanks a lot, JJ.
Again, Mace Windu had Palpy laying there. Mace Windu, he's too dangerous to be left alive. If Mace Windu would have killed him, what the fuck would have happened then?
I wonder if it has to be a Sith, though.
Well, I was wondering
if he gets hit by a car in Coruscant, he's not going to essence transfer all the Sith into a taxi driver. Or maybe he will. That's an easy way to kill younglings.
Yeah.
Just drive.
Your Uber ride's here. He looks really. He's got a 1 out of 5 star rating. He's not a great Uber ride.
Sheev 69.
Sheev 69. Yeah, I don't know. It was more questions. It kind of changes theories a little bit of them dropping that. All the Sith now live in me.
What I was trying to say was that Anakin's chosen one moment was deciding to turn him in and then be his apprentice instead of killing him. It took 20 years of a bunch of nonsense for it to happen, but he made that deciding moment by deciding to turn him in. And then again, by deciding to save him and keep him around.
Yeah. Witch Hunter, brings up a good point. It all depends on your point of view of who was winning that match. Was Sidious allowing Mace to have the upper hand, or was Sidious actually losing that match?
Yeah, that's
still on the table.
Clear answer. Yeah.
What was your thoughts?
Yeah. I go back and forth.
I assume Sidious was toying the whole time.
I feel like Palpatine didn't necessarily know that Anakin was on his way over to the office. I feel like if Anakin was there the whole time, it would make more sense that Sheev was just faking and throwing the fight. But it was just him and Mace Windu. I mean, I don't see why he would waste time. He should have just killed him. I think Mace Windu's just a savage and he fought back.
It does bounce back and forth. It really does. I want to think that Palpatine allowed Mace to have the upper hand, but I think Palpy was he underestimated Mace. He did not think a single Jedi could walk in here and fuck around with him, and he went toe to toe with him with Vapad, which he probably didn't know Mace knew with the lightsaber style.
Yeah.
So he's like, fuck, I can't kill him this way. Maybe I'll do some lightning. And he blocked it with his fucking lightsaber. You're like, God damn it. As Anakin, get over here.
I'm just surprised that George felt like he had to film a scene showing Palpatine ruining his face in 3. I feel like that's the whole reason behind that. We know Palpatine's deformed in 6. But he couldn't have had that be a behind the scenes, the dark side slowly saps his energy because he's evil. He had to show something visually where he goes from Chancellor Palpatine to Emperor Palpatine.
No, I think that's probably one of my least favorite things that they decided to do was show a physical deformation of his face. It's cringy. It's really cringy to watch. I love that movie. I love all the action. I love all the lightsaber. I love it. And then you watch that and you're like, dude, is this really fucking happening? Anakin, will you kill them all, please?
Yeah. Just wipe everybody out.
Wipe them out. Now the slaughter on Mustafar gets better and better every day. When he walks up and they're Lord Vader.
promised his peace.
Then he just fucking shuts everything down, and he's like, "You guys are screwed today. Today ain't your day."
This might be a dumb question. Does the Trade Federation know who Sidious is?
Yes.
Because I was just thinking that he says, Lord Sidious promises us peace. And I was wondering why he called him Lord Sidious and not Chancellor Palpatine.
Yeah, he does. There's a select group of higher ups that are running everything that know. That's actually one of. So there's like a Mechno chair. If you remember, actually, it's mentioned in the Clone Wars novels. Or not Clone Wars. I'm sorry, Commando.
Yeah.
Clone Commando novels that Sidious sent out secret ways for them to get in contact with Newt Gunray and all this stuff. So it's not like traceable. And one of them's the Mechno chair that was given to Newt Gunray.
Oh, yeah.
So, and that gets
that like
lost in
droidica with a freaking hologram on top of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And that's I got all the secret decryptions in there. So actually Anakin and Obi-Wan get that, I think, and decipher it. I think that's
Fucko says Newt Gunray is always known.
Yeah. He's always been.
Well, I was wondering because like in episode 1, we see Palpatine, and then we see Newt Gunray talking to the cloaked figure of Sidious on the holo transmission. So like for the audience, we're not supposed to know. But I was just wondering if like Newt knows that his bro is the actual Chancellor. So.
Oh, I see what you're saying. If Newt Gunray came across it would have been Senator Palpatine at that time.
Right. Like, what if he slipped up and he was like, "Hello, Lord Sidious." Oh, I mean Chancellor Palpatine.
Yeah, that's a good point. He knows about Sidious, but he probably, if he came across Palpatine face to face, he would have been like, "Who the fuck are you?" That
was my question. Well, he's also in the Senate though, so I mean, he's like one of the members. I'm sure he's schmoozing with Palps all the time. He has to know who he is.
Oh, Witch Hunter's saying there's a scene in Cloak of Deception where Sidious drops his hood and shows who he is to Gunray.
Legends. That doesn't count. Legends. Sorry, Legends.
While they were Skyping.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, that makes sense. FaceTime holo screen. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, he can't keep that shit hidden for long if he's trying to arrange an entire galactic coup with Dooku. He kind of has to tell the leaders who he is. Why would they trust him? Oh, I'm the Chancellor. I can make all the laws. Okay, cool. I got you.
I am the Senate.
Yes. Fun stuff.
Cool. Any updates, thoughts, ideas about Mando? Are you happy with how it ended? Revisit that?
Very happy. Yeah. No change of feelings or change in thoughts. Very happy with how it ended. I think I don't know if we mentioned this last time because the news hadn't reached my ears, but I think that season 3 is being pushed back. I think Boba is not taking place of the show. It's taking place of the release date of December 2021.
Oh, so Mando will be later.
And season 3 will be pushed into the next year. Yeah, which is a bummer.
Oh, man, that sucks. That's what you run into. I'm surprised I understand it, but I'm still surprised that they show so much of the schedule next 5 fucking years, because all that stuff could change tomorrow. And you're like, I know what it's nice to know what's on the schedule, but when it can change tomorrow, why even put a schedule together? Let's just work on your shit.
Because we spent the last year thinking like there is no Star Wars content except for Mando.
Yeah, like you said, it was for the investors or whatever, so they want to know what's coming up, which I would too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why are you giving your money to them?
It's true.
Yeah.
Do you ever? Now this is going to be a sharp stabbing of a question, depending on how you answer it.
I will put on my chainmail.
Do you ever wish Star Wars was not owned by Disney?
No.
I do.
I haven't given a thought to, is there a company that would do better with them? But I've never felt like Disney should sell that. They don't deserve to be making Star Wars.
It's less than that and more of the fun stuff that used to happen with Star Wars outside of Lucasfilm's control. They would just do fun stuff on the side, weird shit, books, stories, and stuff that it's so locked down now. I guess what started this conversation in my own head was the holiday special that they released. I was like, I kind of wish it was goofier and way out there and weird, just like the old one. And I was like, they can't. It's Disney. They can't put a fucking porn machine in a Disney movie. They can't. They can't even get weird with it. They can't push the boundaries because it's Disney. And I don't blame them. And the stuff that they've come out with is great. But there is that like weird underground shit that I always liked. The robot chicken stuff. I loved it. And it's weird that I feel like it's come to a complete halt.
See, I would say the opposite. And I would say the fact that they even chose to revive the holiday special, I think is a good sign. I feel like if it was still just Lucasfilm, they would be like, we don't want anyone to ever think of that ever again. But it's nice that now they can laugh about it. And now they made like a Lego version of the holiday special and revived some of it. I think that was a good move.
Yeah, I guess because it was such a terrible holiday special is probably why I'm so mad.
Jim Carrey wasn't in it. You don't have any reason to hate it.
Yeah, it was not good for me. No more death stick jokes. It wasn't terrible. Some of the stuff was like, oh yeah, that's funny.
It was cute and fun. Yeah,
it just was not nearly the original one, which
in a good way.
My expectations were way out there. I know they can't do that shit anymore, so it was a.
But you can't make. I feel like you can't purposely make the holiday special again.
Yes,
like
you can.
You can't go in trying to make something as terrible and cringy as the holiday special and succeed. I feel like the reason that's so bad is because they thought they were doing something good and clever.
Yeah.
And it totally backfired.
No, it's a good point, but I don't know. I like the cult classic stuff that used to happen. The weird shit. I don't know.
It takes time for that stuff to happen though. Like cult classic stuff has to be like something that no one hears about, and like gradually through some weird subreddit, new people kind of latch onto it, and then 6 years in the future, that thing is
Disney
now super popular to be a cult classic. What are you talking about?
Disney shuts it down. A cease letter. Don't do this anymore.
You're talking about Up Here on KOTOR?
Yeah, partly that too. Like that could have been fucking awesome. They could have got behind it and said, you know what? Why? Like, I guess my question is, why can't Legends stuff still exist? Why can't they keep adding to those Legends? It's not an active list, though.
Well, if they have to, because I guess I would say if they're going to add new things to the content, why would they do stuff that isn't technically canon?
Because there's like the storyline. The storylines don't match up. If they want to do,
that's what I mean.
If they wanted to continue with KOTOR or something like that,
they might.
I don't know. They
didn't talk about any video games on that investor call. We don't know what's going to come down the pipeline. There could be a KOTOR 3 or a remake of KOTOR or a new version of KOTOR. You don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess
I think I know what you mean, but
it's just the opportunities of media are limited now because of Disney, because they have control over it. I get it.
Well, Lucasfilm
they wanted to get their money back, first of all.
I mean, Lucasfilm has control over it.
True, but I guess I feel like, I don't know. It's all jumbled up in my head, and it doesn't make sense, so it doesn't matter. Because,
I mean, even back in the glory days of what you're referring to is like Lucasfilm still had control of the IP.
Sure.
Only stuff that they licensed it to could do it. So they would do book publishers and toy makers and events and video games and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They still kind of controlled everything.
Yeah, I guess it felt a little more loosely controlled back then. But you never know
what the fuck they were doing back then.
Which was fun, isn't it?
That is kind of fun, yes, but they've evolved now.
Maybe that's what it is. You didn't know what you were going to get, because
exactly.
I feel like Disney has put a a standard out there. This is what Star Wars is going to be.
They've
Back
tried
then,
to,
which is nice in many, many different ways. I do like that.
for sure.
But it does limit the opportunity that crazy shit can't happen because it's under Disney.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So from that perspective, yes, I would like Disney to give themselves permission to be a little goofy sometimes. Yes, I do agree with that for sure.
Yeah. It's not Disney's fault. I'm not shitting on Disney and what they've put out. It's just the loss of opportunity. It gets the cult classics, the weird goofy shit. You get a book and you're like, oh my god, there's a porn scene in this Star Wars book and it's kind of fucking weird, but it's the best one ever. I know. I
haven't read that book yet, but let me know.
Yeah,
text me afterwards which one it is. I can check it out.
Yeah.
I think I know what you mean, but not quite.
So let's get into a couple lists here. The first one, before we get into our top 5 characters of Star Wars.
Yeah.
I want to ask you if your opinion on the trilogies has changed around. I think originally we both went 1, 2, 3.
As far as like prequel, original, sequel for favorites.
Yeah. Are you still on the mindset that it's prequels, then OT, then sequels?
It's a hard one because I think it's impossible for me to not think of all the surrounding material.
Individual movies too, like some of them are better than others, and it jumps all around.
Because I think technically the sequel trilogy movies and everything probably are the best out of the whole saga. But if you throw in factors like the characters, the storyline, what they decided to do with the plots and things like that, don't even start laughing at me. I'll explain myself. Like, it's a well-made, like Rise of Skywalker is a well-made movie, but in the Star Wars universe, the storyline and what they decided to do with Rey being a Palpatine and the cloning and Palpatine's back and all that stuff is kind of fucked around.
So you're just saying the filming of it, yes, the sound design, the actual production of the movies are better.
Yeah, like the overall film itself.
But the story and the characters are not where they should.
The story and the characters as it relates to the Star Wars universe.
Sure. That's
what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm not here to shit on stuff. We all have our favorites. We all have our least favorites. And I still, prequels, original trilogy, sequels. I think sequels are my least favorite. Yeah. I really do want them to be higher because I do the production values and everything all along that line is fucking top notch. And it has been getting better and better. You listen to the scores, you know how awesome the original trilogy score is. And the fact that it might be my least favorite out of the 3 trilogies is
crazy, right?
Ridiculous to say because it is fucking perfect. But then you get in Duel of the Fates and Battle of the Heroes, and you're like, holy shit, listen to that. And then you get into Rey's theme and the fun. Dude, Kylo's theme is up there with Vader's.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. It's so good. They did such a good job on those aspects. But, stories and characters, didn't strike me as
well, the characters absolutely did. I'm just saying, like,
I would say character. Kylo.
When you're considering the entire saga, the entire Skywalker storyline, what they decided to do with Rey's lineage and the fact that they had to bring Palpatine back to tie everything back together, it's clunky. There's no way around it. It's just clunky. It's all kinds of fucked. It doesn't mean I can't watch Rise of Skywalker and like enjoy the entire thing from start to finish.
Yeah.
There's so much to love in that movie. It's just in the context of everything else over the past 42 years, it's just not 43 years. It's just kind of weird.
I get it. Like, you couldn't have a big bad guy. It had to be Palpy again. And now he's dead and he's a clone. You're like, can we get rid of these fuckers already? Like, we already had to go through these movies and Lando's back and Han's back and Leia and Luke.
Right.
And it's like, I thought we were moving forward.
Right.
And we're right back to where we were. We got the same fucking bad guy. We got the same good guy. Jesus, it's all Luke and Palpy again. But
it's a hard decision, man. It's a hard decision because as you sit there and talk about that, I'm like, man, Luke in episode 8 is some of my favorite Luke.
Yeah.
And Kylo Ren's one of my favorite characters. And 7's one of my favorite movies. And then I have to sit here and rank the sequel trilogy as my least favorite of the three. It feels weird to do that, but yeah, I think I'm with you. Prequels, originals, then sequels.
Yeah. No, it's hard to say. I agree because there are so many. There's scenes. I feel like the sequels are about scenes.
There's moments.
There's some crazy stuff that happens that doesn't happen in the other trilogies. That Lightspeed scene in Episode 8. Say what you will. It's fucking awesome.
Yep.
It is fucking awesome. It is a desperate suicide, and it's like beautifully done, but it gives you that essence of like, dude, these people are fucked. There's 50 of them left, and they are running for their lives. They literally have to kill themselves to live, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's it's different situations. So yeah. Well, you just said it. Fill in the blank is one of my favorite Star Wars peoples of all time. Let's do our top 5 here.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Now, I didn't give Commander a lot of time, and honestly, I didn't give myself a lot of time. So I actually have 7 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people listed, and I'm actually gonna have to take because what I was gonna do is give 5 and then maybe like an honorable mention. So I'm gonna have to snip one of the. Actually, I already have my snip. I'm gonna take that person off.
Snip. I, on the other hand, have 4, and I need to think of a 5th over the course of the next few minutes.
Okay. So I didn't put any parameters on this. I just said Star Wars. If the character is in Star Wars Legends, whatever the fuck, you could pull it from a book or whatever. Throw them in there. I guess this is going to be a litmus test of where you and I love. Like, how has Mando impacted us? How has the sequels impacted us? Where do we pull all of our people?
Yeah.
Do you want to go back and forth?
Yeah, let's do one at a time.
Okay.
No particular order whatsoever.
No order. There's an obvious one. I'm just going to throw him out there. Darth Revan is still top for me. And this isn't in any order, but Revan is like, when I think Star Wars, prime time Star Wars,
first to come to mind for sure.
I do think of Revan. It was the timing, the game, the story, the situation, the era. Like, it's all there for me. And it doesn't feel like classic Star Wars, which is weird. It felt like a new Star Wars, still with lightsabers.
Yeah.
Still, we're on Dantooine. It's set in the fucking first movie. They're on Dantooine, and we see it, and it's like adventurous and new, but classic all at the same time. And Revan's right at the pinnacle of that. I agree. On that note, this was a hard one to decide between, but I think I have to copy you, and I'm going to say Revan as well. I was trying to decide between Revan and Bane. Mm-hmm. Similar eras, similar guys. One teaches the other. Both savages, but yeah, Revan. No, that's a good point, because that gives Revan another leg up, because literally Bane learned more about the Sith from Revan, and you're like, exactly, how am I going to pick the apprentice? The fucker.
Well, sometimes the apprentice approaches things with a new point of view.
Yes, much stronger.
Point of view, Anakin.
All right, we're gonna.
We're probably gonna have some overlap, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna bounce back and forth. Well, okay.
Okay.
Number 2.
Obi-Wan
Kenobi.
Very nice.
I think he is the classic good guy, even though he's not the main good guy almost in any of it. He is the classic good guy that if you want to do good, follow what the fuck Obi-Wan's doing.
Kind of, unless you want to train the destroyer of the galaxy.
Look, if Anakin listened to Obi-Wan, he would have been A-okay.
That's true.
Obi-Wan is that pinnacle character of the good guys. I'm not a big good guy fan, but I love Obi-Wan and his place in the galaxy. He's always trying to mediate reality and Jedi, which is kind of ridiculous to say, because the Jedi are up in the fucking clouds, and I feel like Obi-Wan was one of the grounded people. He had seen enough shit. He had lost enough friends, I guess, that you could always go to him, and he was. I know Yoda's wise as fuck, but if I'm gonna go ask the question, I feel like even Yoda is up in the clouds. He's been around and seen it all, but he's also like, how much has Yoda forgotten? I guess
Yoda's a boomer for sure.
Yeah. So I don't need to sing the praises of Obi-Wan anymore. We all know
everyone knows all about Kenobes. Kenobes. On a similar note, I'll say Qui-Gon Jinn, who instructed Obi-Wan to begin with. I've always loved Qui-Gon. He was a huge part of Phantom Menace and why I love that movie. And I think as far as Jedi in the prequel era go, I think he's one of the very few that actually had it right and knew what he was talking about.
He gets
it. He gets it. He's not swayed by the politics or the structure of the council and the Republic and the Senate and everything. He trusts in the living force. And it's a shame that he had to go out like he did because, man,
it was almost fitting,
imagine a light side Anakin Skywalker taught by Qui-Gon Jinn from start to finish.
It would have been a happy time. Nobody would have died ever. Which is crazy because I think Obi-Wan
not good for movie making, but good for galactic order.
Yes. It's crazy to even have that mindset because I do think Obi-Wan was the perfect master for Anakin, and it still failed. So I don't think anything would have changed. I think Qui-Gon was even more brash. So I don't know. I don't know how it would have worked. Would they have meshed? Because that would have been more father son as opposed Obi-Wan was more like
brother. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's cool to think about at least. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you said Qui-Gon, I said Obi-Wan. Moving right along, I think this gentleman will be on both of ours. Kylo Ren.
Ben Solo.
He's probably my favorite character in the sequels. I mean, not probably. He is.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, I don't even think it's close.
Not at all.
You have Kylo and then everybody else kind of below. Like, Poe's cool. I really do like Poe. But when I think favorites, Kylo's it. He's the bad guy I always wanted to see. Like, Vader's cool, Palpatine's cool, but they're so overpowered and untouchable that we finally got a faulted, non-perfect enemy that struggled with his thoughts. Instead of just knowing exactly what to do and never faltering and being perfect, the perfect bad guy, we do have a people got mad. He was the emo kid and was in. It's like, just because he has actual feel. Anakin cries like
cries about sand. These Kylo cries about real issues.
God damn it. No, I absolutely love Kylo, the character, the building of it, how he interacts with people, and the struggle within. The struggle within. It all comes back to Metallica, baby. Kylo Ren.
Kylo's on my list as well, for sure. He is very close to the top of my list of just Star Wars characters in general, but absolutely for the sequel trilogy. Off of what you said, it's very interesting because we get to see him. He's almost unmatched as far as in battle. Like, him with the lightsaber he's hard to beat, but he struggles in so many other different areas, which kind of distract him from combat or distract him from battle. And that's kind of what causes him to lose. Also,
getting shot by a bowcaster also distracts you a little bit.
That had to hurt. Yeah. That was not a good
right after killing his own dad.
That was not a good moment for Ben.
Everybody talks so much shit about how he lost to Rey in 7. And you're like, dude took a fucking bowcaster to the gut and just killed his own father.
Right.
No one's winning that fight.
Also, think about his training. Rey's never fought with the lightsaber. So she's probably I know I'm getting super prequel Form 1, Form 3 talk about this right now, but he's probably never faced anybody like Rey before. She doesn't have a style. She has some weird scavenger bow staff weirdness, figure it out. Yeah. So that's obviously weird.
She got that Captain Crunch form.
In Last Jedi, I feel like if he had actually gone toe-to-toe with Luke, he probably could have won, but he's in there facing a ghost and just fucking with his own head the whole time.
It's a good point. I mean, even Rey knocks Luke to the ground.
Right. And then in Rise of Skywalker, he beats Rey to the ground until his mom dies.
Yeah.
And distracts him from battle. So it's interesting because we get to see his struggles in every other area almost except for combat.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Everybody else has a fucking mask. Everybody's either crippled in the face or has a fucking mask, and you're like, I kind of want to feel a connection even to the bad guys. Like, and we get that with Kylo. Actually, even more so than probably any of the other characters in the sequel trilogy. At least we get more back and forth and emotions pulled from Kylo than probably any of the other. I mean, Rey's up there, you know. But all right,
Rey's
moving right along. So we got Kylo both on both of our lists. I'm jumping off a fucking cliff.
I'll push you.
I'm also putting Bane up there.
Oh, nice.
Revan holds one aspect of my genitalia, and Bane holds the other. Darth Bane, which is crazy to say because he only exists in 3 books. Like I guess he's in some crazy old comics, which
Yeah, and he has mentions here and there, but yeah.
Yeah, and you get the Clone Wars ghost or whatever. But Darth Bane's story is so cool, and how he forms what the Sith is, what we see as the Sith. When we see the rule of 2, even the Jedi 1,000 years later are like, always 2 there are. You're like, oh, I wonder who. Oh, this fucker learned it from Revan, and Bane perfected it. Fucking perfect. Put him up there.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the pinnacle. He's the pinnacle Sith. I love Revan in the story, but Bane is the pinnacle Sith, and he leads to the strongest Sith from his the groundwork that he does. So
yeah, all of his planning and devising. Yeah, I love it. No, it was the reason I was choosing between the 2 of them is because I had already made a list of 4, and I had to choose a number 5, and I was trying to pick between my 2 Old Republic bros. Next on my list is Chewbacca.
Nice. Yeah.
Always loved Chewbacca, and I also felt like I had to put a non-Jedi on there at some point.
Yeah.
But he spans all eras. I always love the sidekick who doesn't say much, likes to fuck people up, rips people's arms off when they lose. And yeah, Chewbacca, love him.
Nice. Oh, fuck.
You didn't decide who to cut off the list, did you? You have 2 left, and you have to pick one.
I have 2 left, and they're both worthy.
Well, many are worthy.
This may surprise
only 5
a lot
can be
of you.
chosen. Okay,
This may surprise a lot of you.
I'm ready for it.
This is an original trilogy character,
No way. Is it Jim Carrey?
and it's not Darth Vader. Guys,
Mm.
Darth Vader did not make my list.
That's so surprising. You spent the
Han
last 4 episodes to what? No
Solo.
way. No way, dude.
What do you mean, no way? Han Solo's
Never liked Han Solo.
Han Solo's a great character.
He's fine.
You picked his co-pilot.
I know he's way better.
Yeah, I picked Han Solo. I think recently I watched one of the original trilogies, and it just Han. Probably 90% of it is the acting. I love Harrison Ford
And Alden Ehrenreich.
Yeah. I'll throw him up there. Just Han. It just again, I need a non-force sensitive. Not that it's a fucking need, but it's all about people, and Han is people. That's how I feel about it. Han is us in the Star Wars universe. Just kind of viewing all these psychopaths and wizards running around. I'm just flying a fucking ship. I don't know who these people are.
I'm just trying to make a buck, man.
Yeah, exactly. So, right along the lines with your Chewbacca, I love Han. And his character, everybody loves Han. What the fuck you want? Darth Vader did not make my list.
That's surprising. You spent the last very long time talking about Darth Vader. So that is surprising to me.
Now, more Darth Vader is always good. I need more Darth Vader.
Always.
And I honestly would say Darth Vader is Star Wars to me. But, as it sits right now, on
Need a little bit of Han, too.
Monday, I want this 5 to represent my Star Wars.
Last on my list is a weird combination of characters. So I'm going to say Tamara Morrison.
Okay.
Because my number 4 actually says, number 5 says Commander Cody / Boba Fett / Jango Fett / the clones in general.
That's cheating.
It's kind of cheating, but they're all the same person from a certain point of view.
So you don't have Din on there.
I don't have Dan. I did not. Neither did you.
Yeah, no.
I've always been a huge fan of the clones. I love Tamara Morrison's performance in Star Wars. Geek that he's back for The Mandalorian. The new Boba Fett stuff has been amazing. And obviously, it's my namesake. I can't leave Commander Cody off the list. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
No, I think it's good. Oh, sorry, Tommy Boy, I didn't even see your message. Han's a phenomenal character, better than the vast majority of characters from the prequel trilogy.
Savage.
You savage. Yeah, he's a very fuck the rest of them. Han's it.
He's a good character until 6. Him in Return of the Jedi, he's literally just shouting at C-3PO the whole time.
Which
he does nothing.
You know, on a certain Wednesday, that might be all I need. Come on, Goldenrod! I'm just screaming about nothing.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I know. I like Han. I shit on Han because
he's a normal dude.
I don't know why. I don't know why I shit on Han.
He's shit-onable. That's what he is. He's a
Shitable,
normal dude that just fucks up and gets away with it. You can shit on Han all day, and he's still a great character.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I do love him. I do love him a lot better after seeing Solo. That is obviously, I've shouted and screamed about how that's one of my favorite Star Wars films. So I do like him. I just wouldn't put him on my top 5.
Sure.
But yeah, the clones, man. The clones are amazing.
I do have one honorable mention, and it actually it hurts to keep her off of this.
Okay.
You want to guess?
Is it Leia?
No, Ahsoka, the only one that matters. Yeah, I wish Ahsoka was a part of the trilogy films. I think that might be the reason I went with Han instead. Which doesn't, it's nothing about her character. I love her character, and she plays a crazy role, and she's the glue character to a lot of us. I just want more of her, a little more character depth. I guess maybe the other thing that I'm slightly tainted from is the Ahsoka novel. Didn't do it for me. But I didn't let it ruin it. So runner up is Ahsoka for me.
I'll say honorable mention, since I don't think we put any droids on the list. I'll say R2.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that. It's like I want to put K2, but I can't put K2 above any of these people. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's hard.
And R2, he doesn't even have a fucking line. He doesn't say, but he's a great character. Yeah, it's our favorite characters.
Whoop.
He said whoop.
Beat doot dwee.
He said whoop whoop. All right, so
tips.
Any of you
who are your 5 favorite characters?
Who's maybe a top
below.
give me 3 characters that you are out of the normal realm that would be on like your
like ones that you wouldn't expect, you mean?
Yeah. Just 3 real quick. I put K2 up there. I love K2. Tarkin. I love Tarkin. He just doesn't get enough screen time.
Yeah.
And Darth Vader.
Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker, and Anakin. Little Annie.
Little Annie.
Those are my 3 favorites.
Yeah, I guess like when you look at like non-Force users, Tarkin's way up there for me. I just really wish he had more screen time. K2,
I would say like Snoke. I love
HK. Sorry,
HK-47 is great. Yes. Yeah, I mean, people that don't have enough material for me to really say is like on the top 5 of the whole saga, but like Snoke.
Yeah,
I know that he was just in a vat on Palpatine's little palace on Exegol, but I think there's still a lot to learn about that. Always been a fan of him.
Who would you put as your top favorite sequel trilogy outside of Kylo? Snoke, I guess.
Kylo, Snoke, Rey, Chewie's in the sequels. Chewie actually does a lot in the sequels.
Luke's great in the sequels.
I do love Luke in the sequels, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, that might be another small honorable mention. I will put him below Ahsoka, but Luke has been they've been really changing how I feel about Luke, and with him showing up at the end of Mando, it's like we finally get to see top tier Luke. We don't get to see the whining bitch. We don't get to see scared for his life sequel Luke. We do get to see top tier Luke, which is very, very refreshing. But we don't even get to like talk to him.
Yeah, we get to see what in the past we've always had to just like imagine how good Luke would be if they made another movie, you know, or if you're reading the Legends books of Luke, you had to kind of imagine how good he would actually be. Now we get to see that.
Yeah. I don't know to be honest, I don't even know what I want from the character of Luke. I was always scarred because I felt like he was too powerful and could do no wrong. But then you see him powerful and you're like, fuck yeah. That's what I want.
That's true. That's
what
true.
What am I even asking for anymore? Maybe it makes me feel better because you see how he ends up. He fucks up in the
context.
End.
Yeah. Totally different context.
Yeah, because if we got to see Luke's top tier stuff in Mando and Episode 8 Luke didn't exist, I probably would feel a different way. Like he can do no wrong. I need a character that's scarred. That's all of these characters that I've put up here. My favorite characters are all scarred characters. They're all scarred. Revan, Obi-Wan, Kylo physically has a scar. Bane's fucked. Han it's him against the whole galaxy, and then Ahsoka, all of her friends died. Everybody's scarred.
Yeah, same on my list. Oh shit, what was I just gonna say?
Like Lando.
Oh,
who the fuck's gonna put Lando up there? What has he dealt with? Laundry Day? That's what he's scarred by.
Han stole his ship in a game of cards and then destroyed it.
Oh my god, that's what the character development of Lando is.
Yeah. He knows what he's getting into if he's living
Star
a life
Wars.
of crime. Star Wars. I would say, what was I just gonna say? Oh, for Luke, the context as well.
Yeah.
Because we've lived in a world, we've lived in a show of Mandalorians and stormtroopers and regular people, and then a mysterious Jedi in a robe comes in and destroys a bunch of murderous robots. Like the context of that is so different than like Luke showing up and fighting like 4 other Jedi,
Well, we mentioned it, how like the power levels are so crazy when an actual Jedi shows up.
Yeah, everyone's
like,
fucked.
it's so
Gideon's face. He is terrified.
We saw Din struggle with one of those fuckers.
Yep.
Barely got out alive, and Luke walks in and he's like, "Hey, I'm here to pick up the kid." You're like,
give me
dude,
that green guy.
Yeah.
God, what is going through his head? He just trained with Yoda, and then Yoda died. And now there's a little tiny one.
The link that if they're gonna fill in that gap, I'm really excited. I really am.
Yeah.
Because Episode 8 Luke does not feel like he had a fucking tiny baby with him for the past 30 years.
Not at all, man. Yeah.
So some serious shit happens.
They'll find a way to do it. It's a
great era.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of the original trilogy, we're fine. We're moving forward. We get cool Luke. We get a baby Yoda, and we have a big question mark of in between scarred and cool Luke.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Sounds good. So 2020 has brought us, as we wind down this episode, Clone Wars Season 7, Mando Season 2, Star Wars Squadrons, the Celebration Edition of Battlefront, which then they decided to end, the Lego Holiday Special, and it's also the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. Yeah. And it's when we got the announcement of 30,000 new projects, which is going to bring us into the new era of Star Wars, which I'm a Disney shill with the amount of excitement that I have for the future.
When you said Empire Strikes Back,
yeah,
there was something in my little kid brain that absolutely loved the Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. And perhaps maybe that was my first Star Wars movie that I saw.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my memory's so bad I don't remember when I saw the first or what I saw. Yeah. But there is something in my mind that like when I hear The Empire Strikes Back, it goes right back to that cassette set that I had. And it's just like I want to play, like it brings me back to like playing with Star Wars toys and thinking I'm in the snow and shooting,
Yep.
The AT-ATs, and it just
It always goes back to snow. Yeah.
It does. It takes me back. But when I A New Hope, I don't get that feeling.
Same. Yeah, it's just what you see first. I mean, I've told this story 1,000 times, but like, first thing I saw of Star Wars, I would get the Empire Strikes Back VHS from the library and watch it all the time. But I wasn't following it because I was so young. And then 97, my cousins took me to see the re-release of A New Hope, and I was like digging it, but not super obsessed. And then it was Phantom Menace that was the real turning point. But yeah, I mean, I have memories of just it always goes back to the snow. It always goes back to the AT-ATs.
Maybe it's because we lived in Hoth. God damn.
Yeah,
it was more relatable.
We were in Hoth. Yep, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Star Wars, baby. Star Wars.
Yeah, been a while.
Yeah.
40 goddamn years. Good day, Galaxy. Thank you.
Cheers to 40 more.
Yeah. Yeah, 40 more years.
I mean, Marvel's been around for almost 100 years. Star Wars can do the same thing. Let's go.
True. When did that shit start?
I could be wrong. I mean, I guess I'm kind of quoting comic books in general. First Marvel comic. 1939.
So we're 19 years away.
Yeah, so we're close to 100 years.
18.
There, so.
18 years away. Good day, Galaxy. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Goodbye.
Love you all. Miss you all. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
I'm not wishing you anything.
Pissed.
Not wishing.
Very nice. All right, people in the live chat. We love you. We miss you. Disney shills and absolute savages.
Oh, Spaceballs. Maybe that's the classic thing that I need to watch.
Hey, there you go. I haven't seen any Mel Brooks in a while.
Out of order. Fuck. Fuck.
Goodbye, Farm Boy.
Goodbye, everybody.